going to turn this over to Jennifer Tracewell for words of encouragement.
I don't think it's on.
I am so honored to be here today to celebrate graduation 2015. The last time I spoke at a high school graduation was my own in 1988, and I was 17. You're so lucky you don't have this 17-year-old self talking to you today. I prepared my speech the night before. I spoke also with my other diagnosis article. Had nothing to do with observations of life. And to speak honestly about your abilities and why is this important to your future. I guess I want to say that freedom from fear it's the only way to really live free. As I thought about this, I was thinking about a time when I was little and I had this recurring nightmare that I was being chased by something bad. I was trying to run and I couldn't run. It was like in slow motion and I was stuck, and so it's this terrible thing to get closer to me, and I couldn't run, I would fly. Dreams are like that. So my arms would slowly raise, and at the last minute I'd escape, and then I'd wake up and repeat the dream for decades. And then not too long ago I was out running, and it was one of those great runs where I felt strong and invincible, and I realized I haven't had that dream in a while. And it was as if God in the universe reached down and said, "My beloved, I can't give you literal wings to fly, but now you can run." And it was a neat moment where I could reflect on the fact that I had to overcome some fear, some obstacles, and get some help and be able to run, and I could do it. So graduates, look around or think in your head, and there's a sea of people who have faith in you. You can run this race. And you're strong and courageous, and you can overcome that fear if you have that in your life. Press on. There will be moments of fear if you haven't experienced it yet. Don't be afraid. And that's one way to really live free and full. The second thing I mentioned was I want you to, we all would want you to embrace the incredible, unique person that you are. And as you really embrace that about yourself, it frees you to love others. It's exciting for us. I can't describe how amazing it is as your parents, your grandparents, your friends and loved ones, your teachers, to be here today and release you into your future and the great things that lie ahead, whether it's college or career or whatever lies ahead of you in your life. And I want you to know that you're not defined by anything else that this world might want to pin on you. Poverty is not destiny, biology is not destiny, mental health or social status or any other issue is not your destiny. You're an overcomer. I'd love to map out the life story of each one of you, and it would be a really amazing mosaic, a mix of pain and pleasure, suffering and satisfaction, some good, some bad. But that's not exactly you. Those are just life experiences and circumstances that shape you into a strong, courageous person. Marilyn Monroe probably had the best quote I could come up with on this point. And she said, "Imperfection is beauty, madness is genius, and it's better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring." So embrace the unique person that you are. I did miss that point when I was sitting where you're sitting as a high school graduate. I really felt like all of those issues that I talked about that I had in my life defined me and let that control me. So I'm just here to say you're okay. You're beautiful, you're unique, you have a great destiny, and as you fully embrace that about yourself, it actually allows you to bring purpose and hope to others. And Dennis mentioned the word masterpiece, magnum opus, and that really is what you are. We genuinely need what you have to offer. So look right now at the person next to you and say, you are remarkable and irreplaceable, and we need you. Really, let it go. You are remarkable and irreplaceable, and we need you.
You're remarkable, irreplaceable.
Thank you.
And we need you.
Finally, the last point I had was living with open hands. Commencement speakers are always telling youth to be true to themselves and follow their passions, and it's sort of focused on yourself. And that's not all bad. I did tell you to embrace yourself. But to not stop there. One of the greatest teachers in the world was Maria Pena. Maybe you haven't heard of her, but I had the pleasure of having her as my 8th grade teacher. Maybe you thought you had the greatest teacher in the world, but no, I didn't. So Miss Pena was an immigrant from Puerto Rico, and this would have been in the 70s, early 80s, and she had lived poverty and suffering. But in turn, she asked herself, what's life asking of me? How can I take my talents and solve the need of the world? And so Miss Pena noticed me, and I was a child of poverty and suffering. And she saw me as a piece of just a larger narrative of life, and she gave a lot to me. I spent my kindergarten through 8th grade years in this little town on the Arizona-Mexican border. It was a ghost town, like a literal ghost town, an abandoned mining town. And my school was literally the only living thing in the town. So that's the backdrop. And one day I came to school with a new pair of shoes, and not really new. We got everything from the Value Village thrift store. But Miss Pena, who noticed everything, noticed me, and she said, I really like your new shoes. And kind of looking down, embarrassed, well, they're not really new. And she said that they're new to you, and I really like them. And, you know, kids, we have a built-in BS detector, and we know, you know, when people are telling the truth. And I knew she really meant it, and I knew she really liked me. And that generosity of her spirit really changed my life and shaped me. And it wasn't so much what she said about my shoes, but how she said it. So she was a generous person. Many of you may have lived most of your life up till now on the receiving end of things, and I'm so glad Dennis had you turn and face your families and thank them. And I just want to reiterate that too. It's good to look around and thank those hands that nursed you to life, fed you, clothed you, sheltered you, wiped your bottom. You wouldn't be here without them. And now it's your turn. Stretch out your hands from these graduation gowns. Be ready to both receive and give assistance. Maybe you're going to give to a noble cause. You know, some of you may well be the next president in this room, Nobel Prize winners. Or it might just be that you're going to be a friend who comforts others, a teacher, giving kindness to children, giving cold water, whatever it is that's ahead of you. I would just encourage you to live that way, freely, generously. And just the final word is, some of you I know are heading off to college, some of you are heading to jobs, some of you don't know what you're doing when you wake up tomorrow. But whatever it may be, just be prepared to now pay it forward and bless this crazy world, give generously. And those are my final words. I would just say now, go forth, conquer fear, love greatly, give generously. And now if you could take these hands, put them up here and put them together for yourselves. A big round of applause.